Everyone, it is so good to see you. Welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and on this Monday, we begin with a weather impact alert as we are tracking the threat of thunderstorms all across the inland Northwest this afternoon. And we are live outside with Thomas Patrick, who is standing by with more on what we can expect. And Thomas, it was somewhat of a noisy morning so far.
Yeah, there have been numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms at times, even some heavy downpours, which is why I brought the umbrella out here just in case. But I think I could put that aside for now because there is a thunderstorm cell near Spokane. In fact, I can tell there's a little bit of some charged particles because our TV tower here is kind of sputtering a little bit. However, here's the observation. Doppler radar sees that cell as it's moved by Chidi, but here from our outdoor weather center, I can look off to my left here and I can actually see that whole cloud directly above me, and there is no rain falling from that cell off to my left. So I think this is mostly just up in the atmosphere with not a lot of rain hitting the ground at the moment. So with that being said, if this starts producing any lightning strikes, this is most likely going to be what's called a dry thunderstorm. And it's those dry lightning strikes that can elevate the fire danger in the region because the lightning can spark new wildfires. So that's what we're being very cautious of for today. Meanwhile, over the Palouse, these are some of the heavier thunderstorm cells that we've seen so far today. One just moved through Pullman within the last hour. It's moving up towards Potlatch right now, crossing the state line. Haven't seen a whole lot of action on the Washington side of the state line recently, but there are just a handful of some thunderstorm cells nearby. But like I said, it's the dry lightning strikes that is the key risk here. So we might be hearing rumbles of thunder. We might see some flashes of lightning without getting a whole lot of rainfall. Now, that could obviously be different for other locations of the inland Northwest, but red flag warnings until 5 o'clock today. Coming up, I'll show you what locations still have the best chance to see any thunderstorms between now and 5 o'clock. So full details in my full forecast in just a couple minutes.
Thomas, thank you. The city of Medical Lake is pushing back against what they say were plans from the city of Spokane to take the former women's correctional facility and turn it into a homeless shelter. However, Spokane's mayor claiming that was never the plan. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy looks at what we know.
Dozens of people stood in opposition of taking the Pine Lodge Corrections Center for Women and turning it into a homeless shelter. Now, the press conference did have a large turnout from the Medical Lake community, but notably missing from attendance was Spokane City Councilman Jonathan Bingle and Mayor Lisa Brown. The community of Medical Lake cheering as Mayor Terry Cooper announces the former women's prison will not be bought by the city of Spokane.
I just want to assure you that plan is off the table. So,
the initial discussion, Cooper says, started with Councilman Bingle asking Mayor Cooper about the idea of changing the prison to a homeless shelter to combat the issue in Spokane previously, and her turning it down. But Mayor Cooper says the change was in the planning stages from the city of Spokane, and she and Medical Lake representatives were unaware of it until recently.
We didn't know about it. No one had contacted our city. No one had told us that this was a real viable thing.
Mayor Lisa Brown took to X, formerly known as Twitter, releasing a statement saying Mayor Cooper is misinformed and the city of Spokane is not looking to open any additional congregate shelters, in fact, actively moving away from that model. Continuing to post on X against Mayor Cooper's stance, not attending the press conference.
There was nobody from the city of Spokane that were invited to participate in the event.
District 10 Water Commissioner for Spokane County Stephen McCrae says the event, while crowded with people, did not allow an opportunity for those with the city of Spokane being able to address the matter, but agreeing a homeless shelter should not be built at the site.
Personally, I believe that a better solution for our homeless issues in Spokane is dealing with it in place.
The city of Medical Lake voiced the same opinion as everyone gathered on a Sunday afternoon outside City Hall to hear from their representatives, all agreeing Spokane's problem should be solved in their jurisdiction. Now, in speaking with Aaron Hutt with the office of Mayor Brown, she tells me Mayor Brown was not invited to the press conference and has not had contact with Mayor Cooper about the topic, but anticipates she will shortly. I reached out to Mayor Cooper after hearing the information, but have not heard back. In Medical Lake, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
This all coming after the ACLU announced last week that it is suing the city of Spokane, alleging that the city's anti-camping laws violate the state constitution. This is believed to be the country's first legal challenge since the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in June, saying cities can enforce outdoor sleeping bans. The ruling found such bans don't violate the U.S. Constitution, even when there is a lack of shelter space. 2 weeks ago, Spokane City Council deferred a resolution to encourage the enforcement of the city's camping ban on public property. Also, the Grant County Sheriff's Office is asking for help after a man was found dead in a hit and run in Moses Lake yesterday. So the Grant County coroner identified the person as Adrian Baeza Escobedo. The Sheriff's Office asked anyone who may have seen a car traveling southbound on Road M with a damaged front end to call them. That number is posted on the bottom of your screen. It is 509-762-1160. Also, the Cheney Police Department is asking for help finding a missing 16-year-old. Family reported Savannah Tice missing on Friday. They say she has not been seen since July 27th. Police say her hair may be dyed dark brown or purple, and she may also be wearing glasses. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you are asked to call Crime Check right away. And we are just one day out from primary election day in Washington state, and there are several key races, including the governor's race and Congressional District 5. Voters need to have their ballot postmarked or in a ballot drop box by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can find a full list of drop box locations. That's on our website, posted there, easy to find, KREM.com. And in national politics, Kamala Harris, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, is expected to officially announce her running mate coming up tomorrow. Now, over the weekend, she interviewed at least 3 top contenders in person. They include Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Transportation Secretary, along with governors from Illinois and Kentucky, are also in the mix. Whoever Harris picks is set to join her on a 7-state battleground tour beginning tomorrow. The announcement comes as the latest CBS News poll shows Harris virtually tied with former President Trump in battleground states and within the margin of error nationwide.